I'm a disciple of Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parirajikacharya Astotara Sarasishimad Sripad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj. And today I would like to present the Vedic understanding of the cosmic manifestation. In other words, according to the Vedic scriptures, Veda means the conclusion of all knowledge. These are ancient Indian texts, and they have described the total creation, beginning with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. He is originally alone, and there is one beautiful verse from Sripad Bhaktivedanta which states, Aham eva sam eva gre, that before there was anything else, there was God, there was Krishna. Krishna is a name for God. And also in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there is another beautiful shloka, Aham sarvasya prabhavo, that Krishna is the source of all the material and spiritual creation. So Krishna initially is alone, and his first expansion is his energy called Swarup Shakti. Swa means own and Rup means form. This form expanded from Krishna so that he could perform loving pastimes. The entire creation is actually based on the principle of divine love. So Krishna expands as his Swarup Shakti. From his Swarup Shakti manifests many other energies and functions to support this loving reciprocal mood with Krishna. So initially, the first three energies coming from this Swarup Shakti are called the Sandhini potency, the Samvit potency, and the Hladini potency. This Sandhini potency is the aspect of eternality, and the creative spirit is coming from this Sat potency. This Chit potency is the potency of knowledge. All knowledge throughout all the planetary systems. And this Hladini potency, who is represented by Krishna's divine consort, Sri Radharani, this is the pleasure potency that pervades all of the different universal systems. So, from this eternal Sat potency, represented here by Sri Baladev Prabhu. Baladev Prabhu is Krishna's second expansion from this Swarup Shakti. He is manifesting an expansion from himself. This is called the quadruple expansion, because there are four personalities that support this expansion. They are Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Vyasudeva, and Sankarshan. So from this first expansion coming from Baladev Prabhu, all of the eternal associates of Krishna in the spiritual world are manifested. These are all eternal living entities, or jivas, jiv atmas. They are all eternally serving Krishna in their specific moods and flavors of loving pastimes with Krishna. And then the second quadruple expansion. This term is the term that is used in the scriptures to describe the different formations from this energy. So this second quadruple expansion again the same personalities, Vasudeva, Pradyumna and Aniruddha, and now it's called Mula Sankarshan. Sankarshan is another name of Baladev. So he is present here in this third expansion. And from this expansion, all of the, what are called the Vaikuntha planets. Vaikuntha, this means without anxiety. There is no anxiety. All of this upper portion of this map are pure spiritual worlds. This top portion of the map is the purest section. And this second portion of Vaikuntha Loka is not as pure as the previous one. Within this Vaikuntha realm, the mood of worship is very prominent. The personalities who reside within this realm worship Krishna with a mood that in Sanskrit is called Aishvarya, which means awe and reverence. The example is likened to a high court judge. A high court judge is sitting in his courtroom with his wig on and his robes, and he's a very imposing figure and everyone honors him. Whereas when he goes into his home, later on in the day, perhaps he's rolling on the ground with his grandson. This is the same person, but in a different mood. So this mood of honor is very much in the Vaikuntha realm. And the mood of closeness or very sweet relationship is in this Madhurya realm, or realm of complete sweetness. So these are the two principal realms in the spiritual atmosphere. And these have all emanated from Baladev Prabhu. And then there is another region just lying below the Vaikuntha planets. And this is the abode and place of Sada Shiva. There is another Shiva within this universe. Sada means eternal. It's the eternal abode of Lord Shiva. That abode is called Kailash. And there he resides with his consort Parvati. So this is just below the Vaikuntha region. Lord Shiva himself is neither complete Jiva Tattva, nor is he Vishnu Tattva entirely. He takes a very unique position as being halfway between the two. This is because he has specific functions to perform that the ordinary living entity cannot perform, neither does the liberated entire personalities from the higher realms can perform. So he has a very unique situation. And this is the location of his abode where he resides. Now, this is a very beautiful understanding that Krishna has an effulgence from his body. And this effulgence manifests on the other side of this abode of Lord Shiva called Kailash. And this abode of light coming from Krishna is called the Brahma Jyoti, or the light of Brahman, the light of Krishna, the light from Krishna. So this effulgent light is in this position. This is all according to the scripture of Brahma Samhita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, etc. All of the ancient Vedic scriptures refer to these positions exactly as this. Now, there is this material sphere is on the other side of this brilliant light. This brilliant light is the boundary, we can say, between the spiritual plane and the material plane. So, in Lord Baladev's second quadruple expansion, the jivas from this realm, there are three principal personalities. There is Lord Narayan himself. as exactly the same as Krishna, but without quite as many qualities as Krishna. Krishna, it's described, has 64 qualities. Lord Narayan only has 60. Then from Lord Narayan, he is manifesting what are called the Narayan expansions. And these 3 expansions, they have quite long names, but they're very beautiful to contemplate. The first name is Karana Dakshayi Vishnu. Karana is the name of this ocean space below this effulgent light. And this personality, this enormous, huge personality called Karana Dakshayi Vishnu, or very simply Maha Vishnu. Maha means great. Vishnu is a name for Krishna. So, this is the first of these Narayan expansions, or they're also called Purush expansions. Then from the pores of this enormous personality, it's described that he's lying in this ocean, this Karana ocean, and from the pores of his skin are emanating unlimited universes with every breath that he breathes out. And those universes are all within this realm of this material sphere. Then, within each of those individual universes, there is the second Narayan expansion. And he is called Garbhadakshayi Vishnu. And he reclines at the bottom of each universe in an ocean called Garbha. So this is where the second expansion is residing. Now, coming back to this personality of Mahavishnu, when all these universes are expanded from the pores of his skin, simultaneously, out of his mercy and compassion, knowing that there are living entities that want to perform and engage in fruitive, materialistic activities. These living entities are impregnated by Mahavishnu's glancing into what is called the pradhan, or the primordial soup, or the unconglomerate elements. The elements are whirling and they're not cohesive at this point. Then when Mahavishnu glances, within that glance is the time or kala factor, as well as the individual soul, the individual living entities, billions and billions of them. With that glance, they are impregnated into this, what is called the Audarya Shakti. And by that combination, Lord Shiva, in his form as Shambhu, he carries that glance from Mahavishnu. And that combination, the male potency and the female energy, combine to produce this entire material world. So, now we have this one universe that has manifested because of this glance and because of this unconglomerate material elements. Then within this one universe, we have here the Earth planet, which is central. Above, we have 7 higher planetary systems and 7 lower planetary systems. The third planetary system up is the system of Indraloka, or as some people term, heaven. In the Christian scriptures, for example, the terminology towards these higher realms is the heavenly kingdoms that are referenced there. This is actually the heavenly planets where unlimited enjoyment goes on, but the time duration is limited. And again, if someone reaches these higher levels, they have to come back down again to earth. So this is very graphically showing this formation. This has come about from this personality, Garbhadakshayi Vishnu, who is the second Narayan expansion. And coming from his navel is a beautiful lotus. And sitting on the top of that lotus is the material creator of these universes. His name is Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma creates this entire material manifestation. And all the planetary systems, he is responsible for creating. These higher planetary systems and the lower planetary systems. These are very detailed explanations we want to explain now. But if we reference Srimad Bhagavatam, all these different planetary systems are very clearly delineated. Now, one further very beautiful explanation is that all of the pleasure potency is represented by the female form of Srimati Radhika. And this is all the red side coming down this side of the map. The blue side is Baladev and the red side is Radharani. So this word, Ananda, we have Sat, Chit and Ananda. Ananda means bliss. So the bliss potency in the Madhurya realm is called Premananda, or Sevananda, or Bhajananda, or Harinamananda. All of these different forms of Ananda are present in this Madhurya realm. And then in the Vaikuntha region, the bliss is called Vaikuntha Ananda. And these are represented by the various Lakshmis or Devis, but all as emanations from Sri Radha herself, from this Hladini Shakti potency. And then within Kailash, Lord Shiva's abode, Parvati Devi. She is manifested from Radharani, and she is the consort of Lord Shiva as his pleasure potency. And then in the Brahmand or the Brahmajyoti area, this is called the Brahmananda, the bliss of Brahman, where yogis or people studying for liberation or salvation, they can merge into this what is called impersonal realm, where there is no recognition of Krishna as a personality. So this is the Buddhist version also of Nirvana is in this realm. So this is called the Brahmanand, the bliss of Brahm. And then within this material world is called the bliss of Jad, Jad Ananda. Jad means dead or dull. This is the dull pleasure from this material realm. So this is where we find ourselves located today, in this earthly planetary system. And then we should be aware of the planets above us and the planets below us, and that this is just one universe amongst unlimited universes within this causal ocean of Mahavishnu. Now every time he's breathed out, this entire material creation manifests. And with every intaking breath, this entire creation is again drawn into his body. In other words, this whole material situation is a temporary material situation. Its duration is calculated as being 4,300,000 years are 1 day of Lord Brahma. That times 1,000 translates it into solar years. That's years by the calculation in this material world. And then that is multiplied by 2, because that is the day and the night. Then that is multiplied by 30. That is how many days there are in a month. And then by 12, how many months there are in a year. And then by 100, how many years Lord Brahma lives for. So this is a phenomenal calculation of time. And this is only one life of Lord Brahma. And this happens continually. Now for the Jiva residing here, for him to connect with this wonderful personality of Radha and Krishna in the spiritual world, we have here the Maha Mantra, which will actually transport us by that sound vibration all the way beyond these various material spheres, through these lower spiritual planetary systems, right to the very lotus feet of Sri Radha and Krishna. So this is the journey that the practicing devotee of Krishna has embarked on to achieve complete emancipation of his soul and complete union once again in loving service to Krishna. So this whole creation has been manifested so that the jivas and individuals can exhibit their loving propensities and feelings towards Radha and Krishna. So it's all to do with love and affection. And this is the nature of this very blissful cosmic manifestation. So thank you very much. If you want to understand more of these topics, these books that I have mentioned, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and particularly Brahma Samhita, describe in extensive detail. This is a very short explanation, but principally, if someone is more interested, they can study these books for further illumination. So thank you very much. I hope you have understood or appreciated the enormity of this divine manifestation in relationship to that very beautiful person, Sri Krishna, and his consort, Srimati Radharani.